I love baking cookies, sweet as it can be. This chaotic country Christmas feels like home to me.
Alright friends, so I thought I want to make some classic cookies. I just want to make some peanut butter cookies. I've not made just traditional peanut butter cookies and I could not tell you the last time I made some. And I really wanted to make some. The reason, what inspired me was these. I recently shared these in a grocery haul. They're peanut butter and jelly M&Ms. They're pretty much just peanut butter with like a hint of fruitiness to them. They're okay. They're not my favorite. They're okay. But I thought these might be really good in peanut butter cookies. So I'm going to make some peanut butter cookies and put some with the M&Ms. And then I'm just going to press them on top. Some with the M&Ms and then some just classic, traditional, good old peanut butter cookies. Fork stripes and all. So we're going to do that. But spur of the moment ideas means I didn't have no butter at room temperature. Why do I have a stick out over there? Oh, because I was going to make another treat and then forgot about it and ended up here. So here we are. We'll do that one another day, I guess. But they have been out for maybe an hour because I had to take some time to do a different project, I guess. So we're going to shred these up. That's what I'm trying to say. This light back here, I was trying to stop you from seizing from it. So I've been moving around. But we're going to shred up this. We're going to shred this up because it's not room temperature. That's what I'm trying to say. Maybe I need to refocus first. Alright, so we're going to shred up this butter. It is a little soft. Like I said, it's been out for about an hour. But it's definitely not room temperature. So we're just going to shred it up here. My friend Carissa, I don't think she don't do YouTube no more. But she shared this trick with me. Thought I heard a child. I did. If you look, it's just shredding. Yeah, we're making a mess. It just shreds it up and then it's going to make it where it's soft and, you know, you can just go ahead and blend it and whatnot. So we needed a cup of butter for the recipe that we found. We just found the old-fashioned peanut butter cookie recipe. And I thought that sounds good enough. Old-fashioned is our kind of show, so. Alright. Good enough for that one. We'll save that paper. A little bit distracted, so it's got to sit here and come to temperature a little bit more, but I'm gonna get it mixed up some and get the sugar added with 1 1/4 cup brown sugar. It's definitely good to go. I think it says packed. Yep. So there's 1 plus what we knocked out of the bowl, which isn't much. And 1/4. Get this creamed together here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in the vanilla. Alexa, add vanilla to shopping list.
Baking soda added.
And now for now for the peanut butter. Where's the flour? Okay, there it is. The main event, the peanut butter would technically be the main event since they're peanut butter cookies, but add in 2 cups of flour. Alright, so it made a lot of cookie dough. I'm going to fill up this tray with just classics and then the smaller tray with the M&Ms on top. And then I'm going to get these baked up, and then everything that's left, I'm going to roll it up in plastic wrap and put it into the freezer. We're going to have an ornament day probably next weekend if we can make it work, where Jonathan and Kim come over and we do ornaments. We're going to have a taco bar. That's what we did last year, so we're just going to keep that tradition. And I also want to do like some cookies as desserts. So I figured it would be a good, I took the sugar back. A fun little thing. I'm going to probably make the cookies that I'm going to make a day ahead or so. It just depends, because we'll see. That's my hopes anyways, is that I can make some cookies the day before and just show you kind of what I do. But it might work out to where the day before is the day that I have Violet. So I don't know. But I plan on sharing that with you somehow, some form. My battery's dying. Alright, so I'm going to take my ring off just in case. Stick it on top of my cup. And now for the classic ones, we're just going to take, this is some beautiful looking cookie dough, by the way. We're just going to take it, roll it in sugar. Put it on the parchment paper. Step of pushing it down with a fork to make it look like the classic peanut butter cookie. And then for the classic peanut butter cookie look, we're going to take a fork, just make sure it's not wet or anything, and do the classic crisscross that you do on peanut butter cookies. We got the classic ones finished here. And Now for the not so classic ones. These peanut butter and jelly M&Ms are like mustard colored red. I guess that's supposed to be peanut butter colored, but it's mustard colored red and brown. And of course, knowing me, I wanted to try to make them sort of Christmassy. So what we're gonna do is take our dough, just scoop it into this empty bowl. I don't want to like overdo it on the sprinkles is what we're getting at here. And just sprinkle on some of these Christmas sprinkles. And then put it on the paper upside down. So whatever the top is that gets the most sprinkles, we're going to put that on the bottom. So I'm just going to take my fingers and just kind of press them down to about the same height as the classic ones. I'm just sticking my hands in the leftover sprinkles just to try to give me a, so they won't stick to my hands as much. Alright, so now I'm going to take them and flip them over. Some of them you probably could just leave because it had plenty on the bottom, but that one's really green. It's fine, no big deal. I think we might add a few more to some of these. But I'm going to get these extra sprinkles off the plate real quick. Not a plate, but you know what I mean. I didn't want a whole bunch of extra sugar on there. Now I'm just going to put a couple of the red and yellow M&Ms on each cookie. We'll just eat the brown ones. Almost by the brown one. That's 3. Alright. I'm going to gently press those in here. And then pop them in the oven for whatever it says on the recipe. And then the leftovers I was just going to wrap up in a log, but then I remembered that I prefer to freeze it like already shaped and ready to go. It just makes it a little bit easier to deal with, especially if you just spur of the moment decide you want to throw some cookies in the oven. So I'm going to shape it here. Are you going to come out? We'll just get them all shaped and freeze them, and then we'll stick them in a bag and have them ready to go for whenever we're ready to use them. And they don't have to be as far apart because they're not going to bake. Alright, so we're doing a little experiment with these. I'm just going to flatten these out and do like I did the M&M ones. Just gonna flatten them out here about the right height. We're gonna flip them over. That's a little ugly for my fingerprints, it's okay. Now these can be touching because they're going into the freezer anyway, so it's okay. I'm gonna freeze them and then we'll put them in a Ziploc baggie and pop them out and cook them. And we're ready to make them. flip her over. Alright. And then now, for the big idea. I got this a couple of years ago from Shasta when we done the Secret Santa swap thing from Abiding Farmhouse. It's little tongs, but I thought I'm going to take it and press it in the middle. And it makes a snowflake. Now, will it stay when I cook it? I don't know. Maybe you'll have to come back for when I cook it, but figured it'd be cute to give it a try nonetheless. And if I could think, you know, after I bake them, I could always, when they're still hot, repress them, but I don't know, you'll have to come back. My guess is they probably won't stay, but you never know. Never know. And if not, it's no big deal, because it'll still taste good. Alright, so we're going to get these froze. After they're froze nice and solid, I will put them in a Ziploc bag. And we'll cook these later on. Okay, so these, I don't know, for some reason I keep thinking they look hairy. It's just a me problem. But yeah, I think definitely prefer the just good old classic peanut butter cookie. These are good eating. I've already eaten one and it was good, but just, you shouldn't mess with the classics is all I'm saying. Leave them alone. Alright friends, and with that's going to be it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed just going along with us for a normal old-fashioned vlog style day. We'll see you next time. As always, remember to show grace, be content, and live blessed. Bye friends.